Let's be honest. How often do you really think about your home's electrical system? Probably never, right? Not until something goes wrong anyway. But what if we started treating it like a health checkup? So today, we're going to pop the hood on your home's wiring, figure out what it's trying to tell you, and most importantly, how to keep it safe. Let's get into it. You know the feeling. You're right in the middle of a movie or cooking dinner, and poof, everything goes dark. Ugh, it is so annoying. But here's the thing. That power trip isn't just an inconvenience. It's actually a message. It's your house trying to send you a warning sign. Yeah, that sudden plunge into darkness, it could be a sign of anything, really. From a small overload to a really serious safety hazard that's just hiding behind your walls. So the key is to actually understand what's going on.
Okay, so let's start with that all-too-familiar problem, the power trip. We're going to investigate what's really happening when that little switch decides, nope, had enough.
So what could be the culprit? Well, it could be something pretty simple, an overloaded circuit because you're running the aircon, the water heater, and the microwave all at once. Or maybe it's just a faulty appliance acting up, but it could also point to much bigger problems. Things like aging breakers that just can't handle the load anymore, or even scary stuff like loose or burnt wiring. Heck, even humidity can cause a trip, especially late at night.
To figure this out, we've got to go right to the source, the command center for all the electricity in your home. Let's take a look inside your distribution board, or as most of us call it, the DB box.
The best way to think of the DB box is as the heart of your home's electrical system. Seriously, it takes all that power coming into your flat and pumps it out safely to all the different circuits. Your lights, your sockets, your aircon, everything is managed right from this one spot. Now, when you open that box, you're going to see two main players, the MCB and the RCCB. They look kind of similar, but they have totally different and totally vital jobs. Here's the simple way to remember it. One is there to protect your things, and the other is there to protect you.
So, the MCB, that's your appliance protector. When you're asking for too much power, it's like a little security guard that jumps in and trips the circuit. It does this to stop your wires and your expensive appliances from overheating, which is your #1 defense against an electrical fire.
And then you have the RCCB, this one. This is the lifesaver. I mean, literally. It is so sensitive, it's designed to detect tiny, dangerous electrical leaks that an MCB wouldn't even notice. The kind of leak that could give you a fatal shock. If it senses anything like that, it cuts the power in a fraction of a second. This device is there purely to save your life. Okay, so now that we know the different parts, let's zoom out and talk about the bigger picture. Every single home has a maximum power limit, and understanding this limit is the key to figuring out why trips happen, especially if you live in an older flat. Right, this is a big one that a lot of people don't realize. If your HDB was built before 1994, your home probably runs on a 30-amp supply. That gives you about 6.9 kilowatts of power to use at any one time. But homes built after 1994 got an upgrade to a 40-amp supply, which is about 9.2 kilowatts. That 33% difference, it's huge. And why is that so important? Well, because of all this stuff. Our modern lives are packed with these power-hungry appliances. Those old 30-amp systems, they were never ever designed to handle them all at the same time. You try running an induction hob and an instant water heater together in an older flat, and you could be pushing that system right to its breaking point.
So with our growing electrical demands and all these aging systems, what's the solution? Well, this brings us to a really important safety upgrade that's, well, it's not a suggestion anymore. It's a requirement.
All right, you might want to write this down. The Energy Market Authority has set a hard deadline. By July 1st, 2025, every single home in Singapore has to have a working RCCB installed. Yep, that's the life-saving device we were just talking about. And they are not messing around. After that deadline, if you're a homeowner and you don't have one, you could be looking at a fine of up to $5,000. So yeah, they're taking this very, very seriously.
But let's be real for a second. The fine? That's just the stick. The real reason for this rule is the carrot. An RCCB is honestly one of the most important things you can have in your home to protect your family from a deadly electric shock. Period.
So once you have one, you've got to make sure it's working. And there's a super simple track you should be doing every single month. First, just switch off your main appliances. Then, find the test button on your RCCB and push it. The power to your whole house should just die, instantly. If it does, great. Flip it back on and you're done. But if it doesn't trip or maybe some lights stay on, you need to call a licensed electrician right away. It means you're not fully protected.
It's really that simple.
Pushing that little button once a month takes maybe 10 seconds, and it's total peace of mind.
Now, and this part is non-negotiable. Whether you're putting in a new RCCB or trying to fix a problem, this is absolutely not a DIY job. This is when you have to call in the professionals.
So what's this going to cost? Let's talk numbers so you have a realistic idea. For just a straightforward RCCB installation, you're probably looking at somewhere between $250 and $350. If your whole DB box is old and needs to be replaced, that could range anywhere from about $320 to $800 for a typical HDD flat. It really is an investment in your safety.
And just so we're crystal clear, this is the official word from the Energy Market Authority itself. Any electrical work, installing, repairing, anything, has to be done by a licensed electrical worker. No exceptions.
An LU isn't just some guy who knows about wires. These are state-licensed pros. They're trained, they're certified, and their job is to make sure any work done in your home is safe and follows all of Singapore's very strict safety rules. They're basically your guarantee that the job is done right.
So I'll just leave you with this final thought. The wiring in most homes is only designed to last for about 25 years. If your home is older than that and you know it's never been rewired, it's really not a question of if something might fail, but when. So the real question you have to ask yourself is this: do you really know if the electrical heart of your home is safe? It might be time to schedule that checkup.